On A Year in the Life, the storm is in. Some guests about. The bird is burnt. A secret's out.
You burnt the patio furniture, too?
Thanksgiving's gone afoul. Wednesday.
Experienced, comprehensive, insightful, innovative, informative, dependable, responsive, fast, accurate, fair, clear. Tom Brokaw and the NBC Nightly News.
Hello, I'm Mary Gresham. Tonight, Cuban inmates still are in control of a federal detention center in Louisiana. They have held more than 20 hostages since last night. A bizarre knife attack in a Fort Worth, Texas church by a man who began stabbing worshipers attending Sunday services.
An early morning fire in southwest Missouri levels much of the downtown district in the town of Miller. The return of the Christmas fairy princess to delight another generation of Kansas City youngsters. And nothing delightful to report from Arrowhead Stadium. I'm Mike Fahrlander. Action 4 Nightcast is next.
If you've been wondering why Herman Joseph's tastes so smooth, so fresh, the answer's right here. It's draft beer. HJ, original draft beer, as only Coors can brew.
The smoother, the better.
Herman Joseph's original draft. Smoothness that only real draft beer from Coors can give. HJ.
The smoother, the better.
Who could ever forget the sound of a great fish dinner? Now, Long John Silver's presents Crispy Breaded Fish, a classic collection of golden hits. It's one fabulous platter at one low price. You'll get 2 big pieces. Fries, fries, fries.
Look at my fries, fries.
And much, much more. Available only at Long John Silver's. For the everyday price of just $2.69. New Crispy Breaded Fish. Counter girls are standing by.
I get paid to fly on TWA. I'm part of the new quality control team. I report directly to the chairman on what's good and what needs improving. When he's happy, you're happy.
After all those meetings in Minneapolis and conventions in Kansas City, we think you could use a little change of pace. And after 40,000 miles in TWA's frequent flyer program, that's just what you get. Today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
From WDAF-TV, Kansas City's news leaders, Mary Gresham, Mike Fahrlander, Dick Hochter Weather, and Al Wallace Sports. This is Action 4 News Nightcast.
Welcome. Federal prison officials in Oakdale, Louisiana face another long night in the standoff with Cuban prisoners there. The inmates rioted last night, burning buildings and taking hostages when they learned they may be deported back to Cuba under a new U.S.-Cuban agreement. The feds are reportedly locked in concentrated negotiations with prisoners tonight who want assurances they won't be sent back and won't be punished for what they're doing. None of the 30 hostages still in the inmates' hands has reportedly been harmed. A Catholic church congregation in Fort Worth, Texas left Mass this morning in shock when a homeless man panhandling for money went berserk, stabbing at least 5 worshipers before he himself was critically wounded with his own knife. 2 of the church members, both ushers, were hospitalized with stab wounds to the abdomen after they tried to remove the 28-year-old transient from St. Patrick's Catholic Church.
They just kind of cornered him, and he started shoving one of the ushers, and he, you know, they just cornered him, and he felt trapped.
Started walking around very quickly throughout the church, and that's where the ushers caught him, and basically they tried their best to escort him out, but he wasn't violent.
Father Morales says this was the 3rd time in recent weeks that transients have interrupted services.
Smoke continued to pour through Miller, Missouri this Sunday, a cruel reminder of the fire that destroyed most of the businesses in the small town. Before dawn, flames broke out in a laundromat and quickly spread. Firefighters from surrounding areas had the blaze under control by about 9 o'clock this morning, but by then it was too late.
We had a tavern and pool hall on one portion of the structures, the dune buggy shop, a laundromat, and the city newspaper also. All of them was contained actually in the same building. They shared the same common wall with no firewalls between.
No word yet on what caused the fire. The state fire marshal is investigating. Missouri's Republican Party chairman thinks the GOP is not paying enough attention to the Show Me State. Hillard Selk hopes Vice President George Bush's trip to Springfield tomorrow will mark the start of a new trend. Bush is scheduled to speak at a Republican fundraiser. Selk says Bush is making the trip in part because he was unable to attend a presidential forum the state party had set for last month in St. Louis. Soviet Foreign Minister Shevardnadze has arrived in Geneva for arms talks with Secretary of State Schultz. The talks, which begin tomorrow, are expected to put the finishing touches on an arms deal. Both men predict a HEB treaty banning medium-range missiles will be ready for the Washington summit in 2 weeks.
British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher traveled to Northern Ireland today to pay respects to the 11 people who died in an IRA bomb attack earlier this month. Mrs. Thatcher, dressed in black, placed a wreath on the monument. 2 weeks ago, a powerful bomb brought a school building crashing down, killing 11 and injuring 60. The Irish Republican Army has claimed responsibility for that attack. This is the 24th anniversary of the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The crowds are a bit smaller, but people in Dallas still mark the occasion by paying their respects at the site where Kennedy was gunned down. Members of the Kennedy family visited Arlington National Cemetery and placed white roses on JFK's grave and that of his brother, Robert. Still ahead, there's good daycare, and there are programs which stand out from the rest. Bob Thill begins his series on daycare success stories.
We'll have signs of Christmas even before Thanksgiving, and a look back on the largest rodeo, livestock show, and horse show in the country. That story's next.
Grand opening of our new casual dining center. Custom design your own kitchen or casual dining set. Bar and counter stools. Choose from innovative designs in beautiful woods. Laminates in dramatic contemporary, traditional, and country styling in vibrant colors. Choose the table you want in the finish you want, with the chair style you want in the fabric you want. At Casual Dining Center by Benchmark. Under the clock tower at Lenexa Square Shopping Center, 87th and I-35.
When you're searching for the lowest prices on toys, it's easy to get lost. Between finding the right toy and finding the right price, most stores have you going in circles. But you can stop spinning. Head straight to Children's Palace, where you'll find low prices every day. Prices so low, other stores have to have sales to try to match them. Escape the high cost of toys. Come to Children's Palace and discover how much less toys can cost.
Makita, the cordless power tool system more professionals use to work around the house, or even build one.
Makita tools are available at these participating outlets.
When you have miles to go and promises to keep.
Listen to the heartbeat of America.
You could just discover new Chevrolet Corsica. And find not just a sports sedan with exceptional road performance, but a sports sedan designed to keep all your promises.
The heartbeat of America.
Corsica.
That's today, Chevrolet.
After 3 weeks of rodeos, livestock shows, horse shows, and barbecue, the 89th annual American Royal has ended. Terry Schaefer reports once again the Royal has been a huge success.
A breathtaking jump polished off the last evening of the American Royal Horse Show Saturday night. Sunday morning, the little ones took over. The 4-H had a horse show. 12-year-old Chrissy Aaron and her horse, Baby Bonanza, took a first-place prize.
It felt exciting. I mean, this is his second time here, and this is about his 7th show. So I was really proud of him. I wouldn't even think I would make the finals, let alone get first.
But except for the 4-H horse show this morning, the party's all over. This morning, they swept up the hay, loaded up the animals, and called the 89th American Royal a big success. But at least one royal official tells the nightcast more exhibitors and spectators might have gone to Saturday night's jumping event if the prize money hadn't dipped from $25,000 to $5,000. And just how many thousands of dollars did the Royal make this year? General Manager Jim Taylor.
Well, in the last several years, we've operated in the black. We are a nonprofit group, so we turn around and plow the funds back into the opportunity for new programs. Last year, we had a black figure of over $100,000.
And the profit should be plumper this year. It was the first year the audience paid a $1 admission price. By the 90th American Royal next year, Taylor hopes the city will have the dollars for a new building. He tells me this one is just too old.
From the restrooms to the rampways to the traffic flows to the roof leaks to the electrical system and the whole ballgame.
Terry Schaefer, Action 4 Nightcast.
Our commitment to caring for your children continues tonight. Bob Thill begins a 4-part series of special reports we call Daycare Success Stories. It's a look at some of the people who work above and beyond the call of daycare duty. Tonight, a program in Raytown called Bright Beginnings.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Super. Got all of those correct. Right. Great work, Jason.
I think you have to really care about the children first.
Mary Catalano has been doing just that now for 15 years, the last 5 years at her own preschool. With a waiting list and room for just 25 children, each is assured of getting lots of attention.
Just turn backwards. Maybe next time we'll get it facing that way, okay? But you did get round and around.
We work with each child individually. It's a very individualized program. The children aren't pushed or none of them are left dragging because each one is working at his own rate. And they're all bright, which is why we call this Bright Beginnings, because all of the children are bright. All children are bright given the opportunity to express it.
The emphasis here at Bright Beginnings is on education. The program is more than just a babysitting service because the kids want more.
We sometimes count and color, and we sometimes play outside. That's why I like